but I interviewed jet pilots that were solid people, perfect. I mean, great pilots, great everything. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. A comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know. And it was round, which is in theory a great shape.
So when you were talking to these people, was this something that you were compelled to have conversations about? Was this your personal interest?
A little bit. It's not a great interest for me, but it's a little interest. I get that question as much as almost any question. Do you think that we have aliens coming, you know, flying around or whatever?
What do you think?
There's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason not to think that Mars and all these planets don't have life, you know, because
Mars, we've had probes there and rovers, and I don't think there's any life there.
Well, maybe it's life that we don't know. But
maybe there was life there at one point in time. This is the speculation about Mars, that Mars had an atmosphere at one point in time, a long time ago, that could support life. It also had large bodies of water, but we've had no evidence of even bacterial life that exists on Mars. But the universe is pretty vast. It's not been a big thing for me. I mean, when I looked at what China did to this, they would have never done it with me. Where they put the balloon up, and a lot of people thought for a little while that was one of these things. So
there are these objects in the sky that is basically causing an air defense campaign going on in North America. We all know that there was a balloon shot down off the East Coast by an F-22. By an F-22. But today we're going to talk about, amidst the chaos, the Air Force assigning the call sign Frank to
6 hours, 42 minutes.
Call sign Frank to that F-22, and just how much history is behind that. Saturday, February 4th, 2023, aircraft were launched out of Langley, Virginia in response to the balloon that had been traveling across the United States. An F-22 used an AIM-9 Sidewinder missile to destroy the balloon that was admittedly owned by China. Over the last several days, recovery efforts have been ongoing, and they have recovered the balloon and are digging into the technology and surveillance equipment that was on board. Onlookers cheered as the aircraft circled the balloon and eventually destroyed the balloon.
But they put the balloon up,
with the pilot being only known by his call sign, Frank. The historical significance of the call sign Frank dates all the way back to World War I, where the significant advancement of technology on the battlefield is overshadowed by the immense loss of life that took place. Nations went to war using both rudimentary gear as well as the newest technologies available at the time, including tanks, powered flight, as well as a multitude of other things to include nervous gas agents. The call sign Frank pays homage to Frank Luke Jr., the first American airman to receive the Medal of Honor after shooting down over a dozen aircraft, including 10 spy balloons, in just 8 days during World War I. This call sign was intentional and notable enough that General Glenn Van Herk, commander of North American Aerospace Defense Command and United States Northern Command, said in a Monday press conference, "I'd like to remind everybody that the call sign of the first flight was Frank 01. So how fitting it is that Frank 01 took down this balloon in sovereign airspace of the United States of America within our territorial waters.
Then an F-22, they put the balloon up. A comet or a meteor.